We are all going to age. Yes, even you, Miss 20-year-old. And you know, that next inevitable step that freaks most people out. But maybe there's a different definition of being ageless. Maybe it's more to do with our mindset. And maybe we're more than just a number. We are ageless. So, if being ageless isn't about looking younger, what the heck does it mean? And where are you in your aging journey?
Are we ready?
Ready.
Earlier on, we met Gray, who is on a mission seeking out those who are seemingly ageless.
Hey.
Gray is determined to find out what their secret is.
When you come across people like Sarah Jane Adams, she's ageless because she seems to have a really clear sense of self. And then there's Barbara Walker. She is every bit an outback warrior. She lives in one of the most hostile places on Earth. Her dedication to conserving and preserving her land has really become her mission.
What's so inspiring about the people that I'm so fortunate to meet is they're all living their absolute best lives every day. You can just feel it.
I'm on my way to Arnhem Land where I'm going to meet Tim. Tim took a big risk at 50. He jumped out of an apple and pear orchard business in the Adelaide Hills and then bought a business in the Northern Territory.
You know, to have that opportunity now, it's certainly not escaping me. I'm just still trying to digest how special it is. Farming gets a bit tougher, you know, you're up early in the morning, you're finishing late at night, you're working 7 days a week, you're getting less than $4 a kilo for your fruit, and labour's gone up by, you know, triple, and prices have gone up by like 10 cents in 15 years. That becomes pretty tough. So I looked over the fence and I found this opportunity. I went to school growing up with all cultures in Northern Territory in Darwin. It didn't dawn on me until I was in my mid-40s, I suppose, that I was lucky, I was fortunate, especially when it comes to Indigenous people, that I went to school with them, I played football. So you just knocked about as blokes, and it wasn't something that you thought about. I had that realisation that Aussies don't talk to Aboriginal people.
He's not what you would think. He is a rugged, quintessential Aussie bloke who is living a really, really unique mission. Yeah, I'm super excited to learn more.
26th of August 2019, we got the business. I ended up on a plane, flew up here. How do you come into an industry that you'd never worked in really before? I was interested in the permit, the access to Arnhem Land, and then I thought it would blossom from there. It was a pretty quick learning curve. Started selling seats and it was going quite well, actually. I was getting a bit excited, you know. I remember getting ready to get on the plane to come here up to Darwin from Adelaide, and we get this phone call and someone's wanting to book. I've never taken a booking before. So now I had to figure out, how do I take a booking? How do I organise that? I'm about to catch a plane. So all this landscape here in a decent wet season is underwater for several months of each year. So the only way in or out is either by boat or by plane. This time of year, a lot of these fellas are all out on their homelands, their outstations. They're out living that traditional sort of lifestyle where they're hunting things like turtle, magpie goose, file snake out on their land. I wake up in the morning, get everything together, 4 a.m, get out of the shed by 4:45, then I'll meet the first people. And, you know, they're all a little bit tired. And in the back of my mind, I know those people, how they're going to be at the end of the day. You know, they're the people that are saying to me, Tim, it was a life-changing experience. Tim, it was an emotional experience for me. Just to the right, we're passing a rock art site called Seven Spears. Red Lily Lagoon just down the front here.
Dan,
Great, how
how
are
are you, mate?
Good, mate. It's been a long time.
It's so good to finally get here.
Yeah, absolutely. A long journey, huh?
Here we are, Arnhem Land.
Yeah. I've been in touch with Alfred this morning.
Great.
He's pretty keen to catch up.
Let's do it. So this is now officially Arnhem Land?
Now officially Arnhem Land. Alfred tells me that's crocodile dreaming. You see the nose up that end, the eyes. It's Aboriginal land, so not everyone comes in here, you know.
Yeah.
There's no big buses in here.
So what's it like to be 50 and take the leap or take the risk that you did into another business?
I suppose pretty ballsy, but I'd never thought about it that way, Gray.
Do you reckon mindset can play a role in when you think about age?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, you hear this, you know, someone was an old 60 or a young 60, you know. I suppose there's a bit of a defeatist attitude in there. I'm old now, I'm just going to sit and put the little blanket over me and watch my game show hosts of every afternoon. Or, you know, I've heard of people in their 70s that are doing rock climbing.
So tell me about Alfred.
Alfred's one of those lovely, gentle souls. He's the senior traditional owner.
Wow.
For this area we're going to today. I'd never met Alfred. All Alfred was a name on the permit. I went to Alfred's home one morning and I said, "Hey Alfred, my name's Tim from Top End Day Tours. I've got a permit to go on your land, but that's white fella stuff. What I want is your permission to go and work with you on your land."
So when you say traditional owner, what exactly does that mean?
Well, in Western terms, this is his country that we're on now.
And what got you interested in their culture?
I realised that Aussies don't talk to Aboriginal people. There's not a lot of opportunities to ask whatever question you like. I've never ever once had our guides be offended by a question they might have or might get posed. They get asked some pretty confronting things about their culture on our tours. But it's an opportunity.
Well, the more conversation, the more communication you have.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, everyone sort of shies away from it.
That's right. And not here,
So-
not on these tours, not with these fellas. There's Seb over to the left there, so we'll jump out and grab him, mate. Hey, my friend.
How are you?
Hey, good, hey.
Well done.
How you going? Hey, this is great.
Nice to meet you, mate. Yeah. We're going to go and have some lunch.
We're going to have some mum, mate, eh?
My name is Sebastian Travis, Nagor Goruba, Kolbil Bilnamiel.
I love the connection that we have to the community. It's not just we come in and, oh, there's the Maribou bus again, you know. They've given us a nickname, you know, and I think any community that's going to give your vehicle a nickname, that shows that we mean something to them, you know. We mean something to that community.
They love listening story about a culture and history story. Sometimes I make people cry, especially our beer.
I know they love having people out here. I know it's important to them. They see people's faces in the morning like I do, and they see how they leave in the afternoon. It's almost like we've enlightened them, and some people say it's changed their life. I think that's pretty special.
So what's this?
This is where they saw from the coast coming in.
How long ago? Like 100 years?
100 years.
Yeah.
100.
And and do they do this to teach the younger one?
The youngest one, yeah.
I love spending time with them. They're a grounding. They see things so different to how we see them. Their culture is so much more complex than ours. It's so deep and so spiritual. I see Seb sitting on a rock, our butterfly will come out. He's not just looking at a pretty butterfly, he's looking. I said, what's up, Seb? He says, oh, it's telling me something. They read the landscape different than we do.
What's this?
See that's it's a grinding hole.
It's perfectly round.
They was using this stuff for grinding red ochre or sometimes the water chestnut, make it, grind it to make just a damper, like just for feed their families and kids.
Is there anything interesting you find about our culture? No?
No.
No? Nothing strange?
No.
Ah. I love it. I love it. You got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's get down the mountain, mate.
Indigenous people, they come and check all the time up here. Sorry.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome in Arnhem Land.
Incredible. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
mate.
Lord.
Thank you.
You're
Mark.
welcome.
Gamak.
Kamak.
Gamak.
All good.
Bobo.
Bobo.
We got the news like everyone else did in March 2020. We were then faced with the situation of, well, how long is this going to last?
Hello.
Hey, March, how you going? Morning.
Yeah, good.
Hey.
You're touring today?
Yeah, we're touring today,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
we've had a couple more cancellations with COVID. It's a small group today. We had about 15 odd, and now we've got about 7, I think.
Oh, man.
Back then, no one knew what COVID was going to do to anyone, let alone Indigenous health. And I didn't want to be the one that was bringing in COVID into the community, but I still needed to trade. We'd only acquired the business, literally, I think we traded for something like 6 weeks. Ended the 2019 season, all fired up, ready to go. And it all dried up overnight. That was the Territory's first outbreak, 2021. Then New South Wales, Victoria, they locked down. It all dried up overnight. There just weren't the numbers, so we had to close down. I wouldn't spend $10 without thinking twice about it, because I did not know if I was going to have a business. When you're going to bed at night and you're awake at 1 in the morning, and you're still awake at 3 in the morning, and you're still awake at 4 in the morning, because and you're worried about your partner, you're worried about your children. We had to sell property that was forming part of our retirement plan. I had no contacts in the community. I didn't know these fellas. I didn't know Alfred. I knew a name because he was on our permit. At one point, you do start thinking, is it the right thing to do? However, if it wasn't for COVID, I wouldn't have the relationship I have now, because I would have been running the business more from a distance, and I wouldn't have known what I was missing out on. My relationship with the Manilaga clan, it starts with the senior traditional owner, Alfred Nangle. What he says goes.
I tell stories about the country and my people as I would like to share to everyone, the whole Australia. Tim just like a brother, so yeah.
Tim is like my brother. Been working with him for a very, very long time now. When he always see me, just gonna get up and hug me all the time, yeah. I think for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, 2 minutes to get that.
So there's so much rock art here that it's... Oh, sorry, everyone. Oh, a bit lucky. There's a croc straight away over there, 2 crocs on the bank. Decent sized one on the left.
Yeah.
You can see in this sort of culture how it brings the spiritualness out of people, you know, and I suppose I'm not a real spiritual kind of person, but I've connected in some way that I think they're more in tune, and which brings me back to being more in tune with our environment.
So they've definitely changed you, haven't they?
There's no two ways about that. Yeah, I'm a different person.
So you're a pretty rugged sort of a fella.
Am I? I don't know.
What gets you emotional?
I I cried all sorts of stuff. You know, I'm one of those sort of blokes that, you know, absolutely have a tear. Seeing these fellas sit down on the sand there, you know, teaching the youngsters, you know, I get emotional because there's a lot of Aboriginal people that can't experience that in Australia. But I'm proud that my friends up here can. And I think we should rejoice in that because that hasn't been allowed to happen enough. When they start speaking language and you're up Jacob Sand area, Old Man Hand, that brings me to tears. I love that they're able to speak their culture and their country strong. Hi, good luck, everybody. I've been so lucky to have that close relationship, good friendships for life. It's like a family.
We do some fishing?
Yeah, I've
Any
got
fish
some
out
rods.
here?
I've got some rods. I've got some rods.
Give it a try.
Just don't get too close, right?
Yeah.
What I love about your culture is how you treat the elderly. It seems everyone who's older is quite revered. Can I ask how old you are, Alfred?
60?
Okay. Are you proud to bring people out here?
Yes. I like to share.
Yeah, that's nice.
Everything here, it's really important for us. Birds, animals, country itself, and the
like
country.
this way we can find our food.
So we're hunting for lots of food and...
We don't buy things in the supermarket. But we come here, get it for free.
It's fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
I'll give you a hand up. We're getting old men, man.
Oh, yeah, get it on.
So talking with Alfred and his sister Connie, you know, seeing if we can build on the business. We're chatting at the moment about maybe doing a 3, 4 or 5 day tour where no men allowed. Dalluk tours, or Dalluk is, in the local language, an Aboriginal woman. Women have got a strong, powerful story, different story to tell. I can't tell you about a lot of the content of it because I'm a bloke.
I'm going to have one more go.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
What do you reckon, Seb? He's going to do any good or what?
Probably maybe one more.
I don't think so.
One more try then.
What am I, 54? I've got a lot of mates who are stuck in offices, and I'm up here with a bit of sweat in the middle of winter.
When you think about what you're doing, you found your passion, but you're still infinitely curious.
Yeah, of course.
That plays a role as well, right?
Well, I mean, that's what a young mind is, isn't it? It's curious. When I'm laying there and I'm 100 years old, I'll be thinking, you know, I really had something special there. And I think that's what is important in life, is to realise that at the moment. We often don't. We often realise it years down the track, what we had. So to have that opportunity now, it's certainly not escaping me. I'm still trying to digest how special it is.
Are you in the best phase of your life, do you think?
I think so. I think so. Did you get anything, Gray?
So close.
So close.
So close. Oh,
Yet so far.
I got some weed.
Weed, yeah. It's weed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's call it a day.
No, already.
I don't see myself retiring from this anytime soon. You know, I see it as something that I'm really keen to do into the future. It's something that I can do into the future. You know, it's a journey, and I'm excited to enjoy that journey all the way through.
Well, I've just had the most incredible few days with Tim. It was so incredibly enlightening to meet with Seb and to meet with Alfred and to meet with Alfred's family. And you can see Tim, he's found his path. So after you spend time with these people, it makes you realise you've got to be living and doing what you're passionate about. And people find that at different ages. Look at Tim, he took a risk at 50, he's in his mid-50s now, and this is it. He has found it.
Next episode, we meet those who dare to take a leap into the unknown. But will they find the courage to take that final step?
And I thought, what am I going to do now?
Morning.
Hey, morning, Sleepy.
And she said, there's no easy way of telling you this.
Whoa, hold on a minute. This is not going to be good.
It's just that assumption that a woman either shouldn't be or can't do it on her own.
Strong women can have good partnerships.
I wanted to do something to make you feel alive.
You managed to get some things out of me I didn't think you would.
Ah, good.